Всем привет, и сегодня мы с вами играем в Stanley Parable. И обратите внимание, насколько тут необычная менюшка. То есть у нас отражается в этом мониторе, там, в том мониторе, и за монитором. Короче, упоротая игра. Прям как я. И играть мы с вами будем только в упоротые игры. Либо только в очень крутые игры. Не знаю, что там загружаться может, но долго. Долго! Давай быстрее. Еще быстрее. В общем. Купил я себе Dark Souls 2. Порадовался. Теперь жду, когда она у меня выйдет. Когда я выйду. Так. Начинается.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Нифига себе. Стэнли, ты упорот.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Я надеюсь, меня будет хорошо слышно, потому что здесь звуки достаточно громкие. Так, что закрыто?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Компьютеры. Давайте потыкаем на кнопочки. Кнопочки. Ты включишься? Нет, не включишься. А тебя можно выключить. Ладно, идем дальше. Странно, все закрыто. Для меня лично это очень
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Не хочу в левую дверь идти, я хочу в
This was
правую.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ладно. Закрыто, закрыто. Что ж все везде закрыто-то? Почему же?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Окей. Закрыто. Какая-то странная игра. Лишь бы это был не хоррор. Да ну вас в жопу. Так.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Там сюда.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What?
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Не буду тебе шансов давать. Я не доверяю голосам в моей голове. Так.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Срать вообще.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Окей, убедил.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Сейчас дверь открывать, да? А там? Значит, что там дверь была? Они ведут в одну сторону или... хрен с ним. В полной темноте. Загрузочка.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Так.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Наркомания какая-то. Да ну вас в жопу. Наркоманы сраные. Так. Опа, здесь открыто.
Wait. Where are you going?
Иди ты в жопу. Ты же у меня в голове, если я все правильно понял.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
Да
We'll lose
срать
all of this.
вообще, иди в жопу. Пока ты мне не
Please, no,
откроешь
Stanley,
вот
let
эту
me stay
дверь.
here. Don't take this from me.
Так, рассказчик, либо ты мне открываешь ту дверь, либо я прыгаю. Ты меня понял? Буду прыгать, пока дверь не откроешь. Окей.
Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Делаю, что хочу, мое тело, ты у меня в голове. Заткнись, скотина.
Stanley,
Кажется, я сломал себе вторую ногу.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Да, я
You're
буду
willing to kill
такой
yourself to
бросаться.
keep me
Я
from
очень злой.
being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Да. Да что ж
Maybe you're
такое-то?
just getting a kick out of it. I don't know
Да, действительно
anymore.
забавляет.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Мне в какой-то степени даже жалко стало. Давайте вернемся в ту комнату все-таки. Или я буду безжалостной скотиной.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Так. Окей. Ох. Походу, мы сломали игру. Нет, ну правда, почему такие долгие загрузки? 8 гигабайтов оперативы. 8! Игра, считай, ничего не весит. Она слабенькая, не знаю что. У меня сейв грузится быстрее. Воу, что за непонятные лаги со прессами только что были.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Тун-тун-тун. О, стоп, дверь тоже закрыта. Этот мы уже включили, но почему все равно включен. Опа. Прикольненько. Видимо, нажимание на кнопочки что-то дает. Стоп. I hate Mondays. Я ненавижу понедельники, отлично.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he
Ладно,
entered the
давай
door on
войдем
his
все-таки в
left.
дверь слева. Посмотрим, что здесь будет. Так, двери, много дверей. Я не могу прыгать.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Вдруг тут можно что-нибудь взять, не знаю. Так.
There was nothing here.
Нет,
No choice
нет,
to make,
нет,
no
нет,
path
нет.
to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to
Чувак,
still
отвали
be
от меня.
here.
Нет. Я просто хочу что-нибудь взять, до чего-нибудь дотронуться, я не понимаю, что здесь может быть, но...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
Закрой
At
за мной
least
дверь,
if there was
скотина.
something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Да я
As
найду
it is,
что-нибудь
he's literally
интерактивное.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
Черт, ладно.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Ладно,
Standing
готов
around
с ним
doing
согласиться,
nothing?
надо идти.
Why? Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
А что если быть послушным и делать все, что он говорит? Что будет тогда? Executive bathroom. Окей. О, двери закрыты. Так.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Там вниз? Не? Или да? Чёртова темнота, мне ни черта не видно. Так. Отлично, мы едем куда-то. Опять загрузка. Сколько можно? Если все правильно понял, то здесь очень много концовок. Очень дохрена прям.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Отлично. Так.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
А тут выход есть. Черт возьми. Окей. Лучше сходим туда. Так, кнопочка. Тык.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Ну да, и
What horrible secret
достаточно
did this
дохрена.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to
А чё,
find out?
можно проводить мужество? Это ж насколько страшный секрет должен быть. Что у нас тут? А, тут тоже Hate Mondays.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Уволен.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
ни хрена
Stanley's
себе.
co-workers. The lives of so many
Все под
individuals
присмотром.
reduced to images on
Каждое
a
движение.
screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Черт
nothing.
возьми. Все под присмотром, под постоянным.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Так, ладно.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Странно, я не
But
слышал
here was
слова
the
труд.
proof,
Ну
the
ладно.
heart of the operation. Controls
Хотя, может, правда,
labeled
как-то
with
по-другому
emotions,
говорится.
happy
Кнопочки.
or sad or content.
Ну-ка, подождите.
Walking, eating, working,
Циферка.
all of it monitored and commanded from this
Циферка.
very place. And as the cold reality of his
Так,
past began
понятно.
to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
то-
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
О, вот 1, 2, Где 3? Давайте поищем циферку 3. Это чё? Это непонятно, чё вообще. Так, тут тоже ничего нету. Я вижу цифру 5. Но нам нужна грёбаная цифра 3. Вот 3. Где 4 тогда? 4, выходи. Так, извиняюсь, конечно, что мы тратим время на всякую хрень, но мне интересно по кнопочкам потыкать. Что будет тогда, если мы нажмем на все? 4. Так, там я видел 5, надо будет найти еще 6. Или надо будет, не знаю, короче, посмотрим. В общем, мы занимаемся какой-то херней откровенно. 5, так. А чего больше нет циферок? Или я просто слепой, и я ничего не понимаю. 3, так. 1, 2, наверное, все кнопки. Закрыто. Ну что ж, двигаемся дальше. Пока что все кнопки, которые нашел, тыкнул. Может, что-то пропустил? Потом мне в комменты напишите, если кто-то в это уже играл. Так, это большая комната. Mind controls, idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Получается, если мы выключим, это все закончится. Если мы включим, то станем богом. Конечно, хочу быть богом. Давай включим.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Черт возьми, я не против.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire
Вашу
complex.
мать.
How
Нам
long until
жопа.
detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Походу, для этого и
we have
нужны
so
были
little
кнопочки.
time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More
Так, где
time to
кнопочка
talk
1?
about
Сейчас все по
you,
порядку будем тыкать.
about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Так, черт возьми, где
What's
3?
that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? moment of
О,
solace
твою ж
before
мать,
you're
я в панике.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to
Твою
them.
мать!
I
Твою
erased
мать!
them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes
Вот
when
вижу
I tell it,
троечку.
I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to
Твою
a
мать, ты
crisp.
псих-рассказчик.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see
грёбаная
it
цифра
go.
5.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra
Да,
time
я
on
уже на
the
все
clock
кнопочки
right now.
потыкал.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume
Вот
when you saw
чёртова
that
кнопка
timer
какая-то, я не
that something
знаю.
in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you.
Ой, кажется, нам
Running from
жопа.
button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones.
Oh.
Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Черт.
Why would you think that, Stanley?
Я уже нажал
That this
большую
video
кнопку.
game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Нет, черт возьми, отвали от меня.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Я
That
понятия не
timer
имею,
is a
что надо
catalyst to
сделать.
keep the action moving along. It's
А
just
если нажать всё в
seconds
обратном
ticking
порядке?
away to death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to
черт.
your life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to
Ой,
me,
как это
all a part
вырубить?
of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Твою мать. Кажется, все взорвалось. Чертям. Кажется, нам полная жопа. The end is never. Конца нет или конец никогда, или что-то в этом роде. Ох, какие долгие, мать его, загрузки. Нет, правда. То ли игра оптимизирована хреново, то ли заив намного легче, чем она. Я имею в виду в плане загрузочки для моего компьютера.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Так, вот
missed
то,
a
что
memo.
нас ждало там, мне не понравилось, скажем так. Ой, подождите, стоп. О, кофе. Кофеек. Кнопочка. Вот теперь тут можно тыкнуть. Прикольненько. Это безумная совершенно игра с безумным рассказчиком. В общем, все упорото. Ну-ка, стоп, а жалюзи открыть можно? Нет.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Да иди
he
ты
entered the
нахер, не
door.
хочу я в
This
левую
was
дверь.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Пустоватая
Thank goodness
комната.
Stanley had taken this deep, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ладно, зайдем.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on
Что-то мне
track.
думает, что внизу это херня, так что не хочу я сразу к ней идти.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ай. Так. Рассказчик упоротый. О, ну-ка, стоп. Дверь открылась. Прикольно. Ну, типа, поехали. Тим. Стэнли. Черт возьми, как долго он едет. Это это что, просто аттракцион? Это лифт, который едет, но не едет. Черт возьми, говно лифт. Я уже так рассчитывал. Я уже рассчитывал на то, что мы отсюда свалим в этом чертовом лифте. Ага, хрен там был.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Какого черта? Ладно, пускай будет New Age Music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Ну, как бы мне и так неплохо было. Ну, если уж ты хотел, если уж ты меня просишь, рассказчик, тогда ладно. Так. Окей, опять вниз. Воу-воу-воу, что меня по всему лифту-то таскает? Думаю, из игры получился бы неплохой хоррор. Если просто затемнить все помещения, добавить туда каких-нибудь монстров. Все, идеальный хоррор. Только с возможностью открывать все двери.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Это кнопочка? Нет. Идите в жопу со своей станции контроля мозга.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Иди нахер.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back
Я
on
не
track.
хочу.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Опа, а куда мы упали, интересно? Не, правда. Интересно, где это?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Whoa.
He doesn't know the real story.
Whoa.
Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Не, может, правда, не надо, нет. Что?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Воу, это что только что было? Почему рассказчик поменялся? Я даже обосраться не успел.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
О, улица. Или...
When every
Это выход.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
О, как раз
Do
такой
you
же
see
компьютер.
that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Воу. Походу я добился самого какого-то упоротого финала. Ладно. couch talking. Понятно. О, черт возьми, это все было зря. Это модель помещения. Что? Офис, ага, понятно. То есть здесь мы были, сюда прошли, здесь окно. Окно. Так, здесь прошли, тут где-то должно быть раздвоение и... А дальше пустота, то есть. Дальше пока ничего нет. Не знаю, может оно в следующий раз достроится, если я захочу вернуться к этой концовке. Ух ты, разработчики. Босс офис. Ага, значит он может быть таким и таким. Но это самый плохой вариант из всех, что возможно. Часики офисные. Чувствую, мы попали в какое-то вообще левое место, но оно того стоило. Employee Lounge, Underground. Так. Notation outtakes. Ну, вообще понятия не имею, что это значит. Последняя надпись, но предположение есть. Ну, такое шикарненькое здание, в принципе. Как Freedom Ending. Хорошая концовочка. Монитор, room, elevator. В общем, тут все, видимо, собрано из игры. Ну, круто, чё? Это наш гребаный офис. А, то есть он может выглядеть так. Вот так. И вот так. Понятно. Воу. Это что такое? Понятно. Ладно, хрен с вами, пора отсюда уходить.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Похоже, эта женщина сломала рассказ.
You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Окей. Меня сплющило. The End, типа. Ха. Ну. Окей. Я как-то не ожидал маленько, что меня вот так возьмет и сплющит. Ну что ж. Снова офис. Окей.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
А что, если сделать все по-другому? Ну, в смысле, что если... И вот на этой ноте я, пожалуй, закончу свое прохождение. Ну, не прохождение, такой маленький летсплейчик. В следующий раз продолжим. Это была только первая серия, так что не расстраивайтесь, там все дела. Следующая часть тоже будет. Всем спасибо, всем пока.